Hi, welcome to the J29 Business Simplified YouTube channel. My name is Erwin. Happy New Year. I'm wishing you all the best for 2021. We're all hoping for a better year, hoping for better days, hoping to grow our businesses. So whatever your plans are, all the best. In today's video, we're going to talk about 3 things that you must seriously consider before you register your business. Maybe you've been retrenched and you're looking to start a business. Maybe you have a side hustle. Maybe you've just been working from home and you need to get an extra income. And the first thing we think about is, okay, let me just register a business and see how it goes. But these are the mistakes you need to avoid so that you don't regret it 2, 3, 5, 10 years down the line. Okay, so the first thing is do your research. And to make this practical, before you register a business, do an internet or online search of your business name. You wouldn't want to go out there having a business name and suddenly there's 50 or 1,000 businesses using the same name. So do an online search for your business name. Find out who else has got this name. Is it trademark? Can you use it? Can you use that business name for the long term? The second one is think about a slogan. Remember, when you're registering your business, it's probably going to be a new business. And this means that people may not always just understand what your business does from your business name and your business logo. So make sure that you have a slogan that gives people an idea of what your business offers. This other one is testing your concept. And this is so important, guys. You can register a business and it does not automatically mean you will start making an income. So what I suggest you do is test your business concept on a small scale. And to just give you a bit of an example, if I had 100,000 Rand in my bank account, I wish I did, and I decided to invest in a company that sells PPE, personal protective equipment, and I take the entire 100,000 Rand and I go and I buy masks. And then I come back and I realize the mask that I bought is not actually what the market needs. I've wasted that money and I need to sell all that stock. So to come back to that personal protective equipment example, you need to test the concept first. In other words, find out, can you get stock on consignment from some company? If not, can you buy stock for 1,000 Rand? Try different colors, different product lines, see what sells before you take all your funds and go and invest it in that business. Also, very importantly, make sure that you know your numbers. In other words, if you buy masks at, just as an example, at 10 Rand and you're selling them at 15 Rand or 20 Rand, what is your profit margin? Which masks are selling? Which ones are not selling? Who is buying? And don't count the sales of family and friends. You need to count sales for people you don't know. Take it a step further in your testing your business concept. Open up a free Facebook shop. See if that works. Are people buying off that shop? Are they showing more interest? What products do they want? Maybe people are saying, don't you sell sanitizer as well? Do you maybe sell face shields? That kind of stuff. The point of this is, once your research is done, you will know who the competitors are, and you can do this online. You'll know what pricing you should go in at, and you'll know who to target specifically. You cannot target everybody. Maybe you're targeting corporate companies. Maybe you're targeting medical practices. So the point is, researching and testing your concept is going to give you accurate feedback about your products, about your services. And maybe this is not the case for all businesses, because in some cases maybe you have a software development company. But in that case, you should use something like a survey, asking people, will they use your software? Can you do a trial version of the software to get them to try it out? Ultimately, you need to test your business concept and do that research and make it practical. Make it extremely practical. And then the final important point when it comes to registering a business, and I'm going to use an example again because this is the best way to explain it. We're sitting at a braai maybe 2-3 years ago, and we're 7 friends, and we decide, guys, I've got this brilliant idea. Why don't we start a business? And all 7 friends decide, yes, let's start it. And we register this PTY Ltd, and we're all partners. We all have an equal share. We didn't discuss all the finer details, but we're so excited about registering the business that it's out there. And 1 year go by, a year goes by, 2, 3, 4, 5 years go by, and this business is making millions. And suddenly, one of the shareholders, Tim, decides, nope, he doesn't want to be part of the business anymore. His wife is not happy with him being in the business for personal reasons, and he wants to sell his shares. Now you sit with a situation where Tim is saying, look, dude, I want 7 million for my shares. And when you started the business, all of you probably maybe put in like 1,000 rand. And Tim is saying he wants his money. And he wants to be removed from the company, but on condition you pay him out the 7 million. You're sitting with a major problem because one of the shareholders wants to go off the business for a certain price, of course. Now, this is not something you might have thought about in the beginning. And you need to have solid legal agreements in place with your business partners, your shareholders, etc. Another important thing to consider is, how are you married? If you're married community of property, and let's say, for example, one of the other business partners, Sipho gets divorced, that means that 50% of his shares or a certain percentage of his shares belong to his wife because he's married in community of property. So if you need to consider your marital contract that you have, it plays a huge role. The other one is your credit records. So say, for example, the business was 3 years old and you guys decided it's time to apply for a business loan to expand. And if 1 or 2 of the partners do not have a clear credit record, or they have credit issues like defaults and judgments, guess what? There's a high chance that the business will be declined that loan for expansion or for funding for your business. So these are really important things to consider. One last one I didn't mention is a will. If you do not have a will for yourself stating what should happen after you pass on with your business, it becomes very complicated. It will probably be handed over, your shares in the business, to somebody else, and that means all the business partners will need to buy the other person out and come to some form of agreement. So make sure in your will you are stating what happens to your shares in the business if you have a partner. The other alternative that you can consider is that if you register a business, you register it in your name as the only shareholder, and then you could consider doing things like partnerships and JVs with other businesses along the way, if that's the route you choose. The ultimate point of all of this is, it is exciting to register a business. It's really exciting part because you've got this brilliant idea in your mind. You can see this vision of where you want the business to be. And in all that excitement, we think so much about the future that we don't concentrate on the legal and the basic stuff we need to do now that can have a huge impact on the business in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years time. So prevent yourself all these headaches by considering these very important points before you register your business. And then once you have done that and you've decided, yes, I'm ready, consider this, I've got my will in place, I've got legal agreements in place, I've got the right type of business, register your business online using BizPortal. There is a tutorial on our channel, just check it out, just showing you what BizPortal can do. And business registration for a PTY in South Africa should only cost you 175 Rand. So I hope this was very useful. If you enjoyed this video, like it, please share it with a family member, a friend, somebody who's trying to start a business now and you want them to start it the right way. So once again, all the best for the new year and best wishes for you starting, growing, and getting your business online. I'll see you in the next videos that come up. If you have any questions about business, starting, growing, getting online, please leave a comment. Visit our website, www.j29.co.za, and have a great 2021.